Why is your resume not hitting? Why are you not getting any calls? Hi, my name is Lisa, and today we're going to talk about your resume not getting noticed or getting noticed, or how to get it noticed. I suppose that would probably be a better way to put it. How to get your resume noticed. First, you got to edit it, make sure everything grammar-wise and spelling-wise is correct. With so many job applicants, that could be enough to just say to somebody, okay, nope, on to the next one. Keep your job descriptions brief but thorough. Always make sure you put every little part of the job that you did in the description. Really make sure you build yourself up, you tout yourself, you make yourself seem like the best person for this job. Make sure the dates are correct. Never list a job you had less than 6 months. Here you can kind of fudge the numbers a little bit. If they do call for references, then that might backfire, but most places don't call for references. Yeah, I mean, I was able to fudge a little bit because I've been self-employed forever. So self-employment, is different. You can say, this is the date that I started being self-employed, this is the date I ended. But yeah, you just gotta make sure your resume is the description for the job is filled out really, really well. And you have to make sure that your objectives, like what you want out of a job, what you want for a job, what you want to do, displays some sort of passion for it. Even if it's like the most boring job in the whole wide world, just try and figure out some sort of passion that you could have for this job, and make sure you put that in your objectives, like the part of your resume where you explain what you want out of the job and what job you're going for. You just have to make sure that everything is on point and accurate and a little bit flashy. If you can't think of big words, search them. Search big words, search words that, like a thesaurus, so that you can, I don't know, as I'm searching for words, a thesaurus, so that you can find alternate ways to say the same thing over and over again, or in a more intelligent way. Yeah, like that. Obviously, if you're going for a job like a fast food job, those are relatively easy to get, but you still have to make sure that your spelling is correct and that your grammar is correct. And that whenever you go for a job that's in a fast-paced environment, you have to make sure that you can show and tell the people that you're going to be very active and very on point with things. Very Johnny on the spot, as they used to say. Like, someone turns around to need something and you've got it for them. You just have to constantly be running in certain positions and certain jobs. You have to, when I worked at Wendy's, you have to anticipate what other people need and what you need before you need it, so that the job can get done very quickly. And then if you're proactive like that, when it comes time to close the shop or close down or clean up after your shift, there's hardly anything to do because you've already done it all throughout the shift. It's like going to school. If you do your homework during school, you don't have to come home and do homework. Nobody told me that, but I figured it out later. But I figured it out in college, and I still had to go home and do and do work later because college was no joke then. You had to read and write and repeat so many things. And now, like the last time I was in college, everybody just cheated off me. There would be a test, and I'd have a group of people around me writing down the answers that I put down. And I tried to get away from them, and nobody would help me. Like the teacher's assistant was just like, "You can't be up here during a test." I'm like, "Dude, these people are trying to cheat." He's like, "I don't care." So I guess that's how college works now, and that might explain a few things about our society if everybody's always cheating. But so this started out as a resume thing, and yeah, you gotta make sure your resume is very, 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 like, go over it with a fine-tooth comb. Even on Indeed, especially on Indeed, because people are searching there that maybe you're not applying for their positions, but you fit perfectly for their positions. So you have to make sure that even when you're on Indeed or ZipRecruiter or something, you have to make sure that your resume is just perfect. Obviously, they're not going to completely discount you if you qualify and it's not perfect, but perfection helps. And if you see someone's been looking at your resume, or if you've applied somewhere and you haven't heard back from them, then go ahead and call them. Call that company, call that manager, and talk to them and say, "Hey, listen, I'm really interested in working for you. I was wondering if we can make this happen, if there's a time we can set up for an interview." You know, these are things that you can do to make sure that you get a job, which unfortunately jobs are very important in this day and age. So yeah, just make sure you follow up if they can set up an interview. Usually when you call an employer that you've applied to, they put you to the front of the line. And they say, "Okay, this person is ambitious, this person wants the job, this person is excited about working for us. So let's get this interview going." And then in the interview, you're going to have to, well, you're going to be nervous. I was always very nervous in every interview I've ever done. Because I'm still doing interviews. Yay. But yeah, you're going to be nervous. It's going to be okay. If you don't get the job, then rejection is protection. There's a reason why you didn't get that job. And if it's meant to be, it'll come back around. They'll call you again, or something will happen where you have the opportunity to work for this company again. So those are my tips for your resume. Make sure it's on point. Make sure everything's correct. Make sure you have, like, don't list a job that you have less than 6 months on. You can try and fill that gap. They'll ask you what that gap was. For me, recently, it was an injury. I've been off of work for quite a long time. due to an injury. And that was an acceptable reason for this employer, that I was healing and trying to get back to work. So yeah, just make sure your dates are correct, make sure everything is good, and that you don't list anything under 6 months. And just make eye contact when you talk to people, be very assertive, be very, let them know that you're excited about the position. There's nothing wrong with saying that I really like the idea of this job, and I really like the idea of working for you. There's nothing wrong with saying that. You can say that, and that's amazing for an employer to hear. That's what they want to hear. They want people that want to work for them. So good luck in your job search. I hope everything goes amazingly well. And stay fabulous, darlings. This has been Lisa.